In this video, I'm going to do a couple examples on multiplying matrices. And one thing you have to concentrate on, like I have this example on the screen, is I like to write the dimensions down of the matrices. And the ones I have in yellow, those numbers have to be the same. And what the dimensions mean is the 2 by 2 means I have 2 rows, 2 columns. Again, 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. And these two inner ones have to be the same. The answer of the matrix you get will be the 2 outer ones. So before I even start multiplying, I know my answer is going to be a 2 by 2. The next thing you have to concentrate on is when you multiply matrices, regardless of their size, you have to do it in a particular order. So if they say this matrix first, this matrix second, it's important you do them in that order. They're not like real numbers where 3 times 2 is equal to 2 times 3. Next thing, remember to multiply row of this matrix times column of that matrix. And I literally mean that. You're taking this row times this column. And what's happening is, if you look at my entries down here, this row times that first column is going to give me the top left entry. I know this is a 2 by 2 matrix, so I'm going to have 4 spots. The top left spot is from the first row, first column. The next one is from the first row, second column. When I run out of columns, I switch rows. Second row, first column gives me the entry here at the -2, and the second row, second column gives me this entry right there. So multiply row times column, you're going to take the 1 times 0 plus 3 times 1. You're always putting a plus in between. Second entry, 1 times -4 plus 3 times 2. That's what's happening here. I run out of columns, so I switch to another row. -2 times 0 plus 5 times 1. -2 times -4 plus 5 times 2. And then you simplify each one of those expressions down to that little 2 by 2. Now pause this, write that down, and try it yourself. See if you get the same answer. And you're going to see a pattern emerging in here. But remember, row times column. So here's another example. This is a 2 by 3 because I have 2 rows and 3 columns. This is a 3 by 2 because I have 3 rows and 2 columns. And since my inner numbers are the same, I can multiply those. And the answer I get will be a 2 by 2 because my outer numbers are 2's. They don't have to be the same. It just so happens they are in these examples. And I'm going to know 2 by 2. Okay, so to get this first entry, I'm doing row 1 times column 1. And I have that in yellow here. Row 1, column 1 is in yellow. Row 1, column 2 is in the green. Row 2, column 1 gives me this entry in blue. And row 2, column 2 gives me this entry with no color. And when you simplify them, you should come up with those numbers there. And again, pause this, write it down, and try doing it yourself. Okay, so row times column. That's how you always do it. You're going to multiply the entries and add them all up.